The windfall tax is again in news. So we'll see the impact of this windfall tax on the North Sea trade. We will also understand what is windfall tax, how it is impacting the North Sea trade. We will also see the location of North Sea trade and understand important things about this particular region. So let's get started. Why this is in news, why windfall tax is in news. See, please understand that as they say that two things in life are certain. One is death and the other is taxes. So you may think that, let's say when you start a business, okay, when you start a business and you're doing well, how much you can be taxed? Let's say 30%. Okay, so you start a business, you invested, let's say rupees 10 crore and you made a profit of 1 crore. This is profit before income tax. So in this you will be charged, let's say around 29 to 30, roughly 30% of the tax you would be charged. Now this is all well and good. Now let's say you are instead investing 100 crores and making a profit of 10 crores, 30% is the charge. Now if you have invested 1000 crores making a profit of 100 crores, this is still 10% of around 10% of profit you are making. But let us take for example, what happens is you invested. So we were making a profit of how much? We were making a profit of around 10%. Now, but let us say you made a profit of, for example, you invested rupees 100 crores and you made a profit, somehow you made a profit of 1000 crore. So that's a huge amount of profit. That's a not just 100%, it's a 1000%. If 100 crores you have invested, you would have made a profit of 100 crores, that is 100% of profit. Now, when you are making 1000 crores, this is more than 100%. This is, how much this is? 1000 divided by 100 into 100. 100 cancels, so this is a 1000% profit. That's a humongous profit. Now what will the government do? Now will the government again tax you at 30%? Absolutely no. Now the government would tax you at a higher tax rate. Okay, and this higher tax rate will be your windfall tax. Why did the government do that? Because you have made an astronomically high profit, which could be due to certain things which was not even in your control. Okay, so what is windfall tax? Windfall tax is a higher tax rate on sudden big profits. Higher tax rate on sudden big profits which are levied on a particular company or industry. It can be on the entire industry if the entire industry is making that kind of profit, or a particular company which might have made that kind of sudden and big amount of profit. So that is your windfall tax. Now the North Sea, why this windfall tax is in news? Because the North Sea oil and gas producers, they are merging together. Whichever companies are there, they are merging together and shifting their production to other location. Why they are doing that? Because the Britain is imposing windfall tax on them, saying that boss, you are making too much of profit you are making, so we will be imposing windfall tax which will slash their profits. That is why these gas and oil producers are shifting their operations to another country. That's why windfall tax is in news. Now what is the impact of a higher tax rate or the windfall tax? Because of it, what will happen? Decline in domestic production. Simply because the producers will want to rush to other countries and operate from other countries, so the production will go down. And in the meanwhile, the overall production will also go down, because once they have to shift, there would be a lag period, gap period, where there would be no production at all. Afterwards, when they go to another country, then the production there would increase, but in the meanwhile, again, there would be a gap in the production. So decline in production would be there. Cost cutting and revenue boost. So what they'll have to do is, they will have to look for cost cutting. If the government is taxing them too high, how can they ensure that the profits are not hampered? By cutting the cost, removing the employees, lowering the job, right? So on and so forth. Further, energy profit levy. in UK in 2022, the UK had imposed 25 energy profit levy on this sector previously as well. Why had they done that previously? Because a surge in energy prices from Russia's invasion of Ukraine. When Russia invaded Ukraine, the oil prices had gone up. So hence a 25% energy profit levy was imposed. And now they are coming up with a windfall tax. Further production decline, we understood this production decline was already there. Now this shows the facts about production decline. It has now decreased to 1.2 million barrels of oil equivalent per day. Barrels of oil equivalent per day, that is BOED. And the peak was how much? 4.5 million barrels of oil equivalent per day. So it has lowered considerably. Now, since this is lowering, what will happen? Investment would also reduce. When the production is lowering, the investment would also reduce in this particular thing. So there have been a reduction in the investment as well. Higher tax rate and removal of investment allowance could reduce the investment. Why would the investment be reduced? See, when the taxation is higher, that means the profit would be lower. If the profit is lower, then the investor would be skeptical to invest in that sector, right? Because even after investing, even after making profit, the government is going to eat away a lot of the profit, a higher amount of the profit, because the tax rates are higher. That is why investors would be apprehensive in investing in that particular sector, right? So it has reduced by 30 billion pounds. It could actually reduce by 30 billion pounds, accelerating the decline in output. So it is estimated that due to this windfall tax, around 30 billion pound of investment could be reduced. Okay, so this is about your windfall tax and how Britain is imposing it and how it is impacting the trade. Okay, now let us see a bit about the North Sea. Whenever such region is in news, you should know a bit of geography about that region. For example, if we are talking about the North Sea, so whenever you talk about a North Sea or a country, you should know what are the surrounding countries, surrounding region of that particular area. So if you talk about North Sea, the one thing you should know is which countries surround it. A question have previously been also asked. So bordering countries are what? United Kingdom. United Kingdom is there, right? Then UK is there, which surrounds North Sea. Then you have Norway, Denmark. You have Norway, you have Denmark, Germany, Netherlands, Germany, Netherlands. See, Germany is also surrounding it, okay? Germany, Netherlands, Belgium and France. Belgium and France would also be here. Yes, this is France. So all these countries are surrounding the North Sea. Plus you also have this entire UK we are talking about, okay? This entire UK we are talking about. So all these regions are surrounding the North Sea. Now how do you remember this? You can probably, of course, few countries you can remember. If I would have to remember, I am a follower of football, so I can simply remember these are good footballing nations, good European footballing nations. That is Germany, Netherlands, Belgium, France. England just won a single World Cup, but again, Belgium has not won anything, but still a good footballing nation. So maybe that way I can remember this 5-6 countries, and probably I will further remember the Scandinavian country, that is Norway, and I can remember Denmark. So these two I have to remember, others I can remember good footballing nations. So sort of it gives you a hint and helps you in option elimination. You can have your different tricks to remember it. Now it is located between the British Isles, Norway and Europe. The British Isles, okay, Norway and Europe. It is located between that. It connects the North Atlantic through a broad region between Scotland and Norway and the Dover Strait. It connects the North Atlantic through what? Through the region between Scotland and Norway and the Dover Strait. So this is the geography of this particular region. Further, it is a busy area. A lot of trade takes place. So it is a busy area for shipping, fisheries, oil and gas exploration. Fishing, for shipping, fisheries, oil and gas exploration. In fact, we were talking about the oil and gas companies only. Along with that, sand extraction and offshore wind energy is also present over there. Okay, so this is a bit about this North Sea region and about the windfall tax. Very important, this particular region, the concept of windfall tax, especially for your prelims examination.